Welcome to another episode of Strategic Minds Making Money Moves, where we take strategies and put them in place so we can get that green. It is my honor and pleasure to have with me Miss Margaret Lee. Let me tell you about Miss Margaret. She is the CEO of Design Styles and Company. And let me tell you, you probably saw her on another episode of another season. And today she's going to come back and talk about her strategies, what she used, how far she's grown, and the things that have happened. I am so excited. And I'm excited because it's been an honor and a pleasure to watch her growth. And I have been keeping up with her step by step by step. And boy, does she have a journey to share with us today. Welcome, Margaret.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate being here.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here and really anxious to hear about all the things that are going on. Awesome. But for those in our audience that may not have seen the previous season, why don't you tell them a little bit about your business?
Okay. First of all, my company I have two companies. One is Design Styles for Living, and we are a design build management firm that do real estate development. The second half of that is, like she said, Design Styles & Co., which is Design Styles & Company, and it is our dream center that we will be, inside of the dream center. So while we're building buildings, we also will be building visions and dreams in people.
So tell me more about visions and dreams and people. What does that look like?
Yeah, so basically what it looks like, since the last episode, we actually, have was able to get a building where the Dream Center is where it's going to happen. And so it's a boutique style incubator for the construction design industry specifically. And in the center, we want to be able to build up our millennials and our Z generation, our young people in untraditional jobs that is in construction, design, architects, engineers, and things of that nature. So we're going to do workforce development. So while we're out there building buildings and renovating, we're going to be building people. So you're going to come into the Dream Center with a dream and a vision, but you're going to go out with that thing moving forward. And it's just bringing hope in our underserved communities, because a lot of our young people, they don't even understand or even know that certain jobs are out there that is non-traditional. Because a lot of our young people, they don't want to go to college. Mm-hmm. They don't want the bills. And because it's not the same for our Black children as it is for our white counterpart. That's just a reality of it. So you come out of college, they're not in their fields. They're, you're working a job, you're still not making ends meet because you're still living in your parents' house because you can't get out on your own. So we want to definitely be able to change that while we're building, and we're building our community too at the same time, passing that torch, So that's what the Dream Center is all about.
All right now. Sounds like we've done a lot since the last time.
Yes. So
why don't you share with our audience the strategies that were given to you and tell us a little bit about how you implemented them.
Well, I have a little bit of story from the last time that we were here, and I didn't have a building at that time. And it was just so many things transpired between that last show and now. And what happened was, I went to the doctor for just a simple mammogram. Wouldn't have no problem, nothing like that. Just things that I needed to get together, to go for my next journey. I'm mentoring 8 millennials right now, and all of a sudden, I get diagnosed with cancer. And I was like, what? So anyway, it was triple negative breast cancer that a lot of Black women, it happens in Black women and Hispanics specifically. And so at that point, I thought, okay, I just need to give up everything. That was my first thought. And then after that, once we got a hold of everything and understanding everything like that, and I went into prayer, what to do, and God gave me this word: keep going. That's when baby keep, because I was about to just shut everything down because I just didn't really know what to expect. And so, and then I told my mentees, and they said, Miss Margaret, we behind you. We not gonna let you quit. And that right there, you've helped us and you've been helping us get through, and from there, I just said, okay, so right now I'm renovating my building right now. And then I broke my leg in the process. I have 5 projects going right now. And I saw the 3rd doctor. They can't even find the lump that they found before, that they said was there. Right now, they can't find it. All the symptoms that they said that I would go through, I haven't been through. The only thing is I lost my hair.
And you rocking it. You hear me? You rocking it.
Thank you. And I was like, you know what? I got 2 wigs. 2 of my friends bought me some wigs. I was like, I really like my hair like this. I don't want to wear a wig. So I haven't worn a wig since my hair fell out, But I can say, when they try to prepare you for that, there's no comparison. When I tell you, I thought I could handle it. And when I had the braids, and when my hair was wiggling, and I took the braids down, oh my God. Can't nothing prepare you for that like I thought, because I'm strong. I can handle it. No, I'm not. Oh, I went into a depression, literally. And then a friend of mine called me up, and she asked me, she said, do you remember this movie? And you guys may remember this movie. Mm-hmm. And it was called Shawshank Redemption.
Yep.
And she said to me, because I was in a depressive state right now. And she said, you remember that movie? Do you remember this one statement that he said in that movie? And he said, either get busy living or get busy dying. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, okay. I got to get busy. And that got me up out the bed. I got my drawings done for my building. The guys are down there finished. We got inspection. We're planning to have the grand opening, and all of you guys are invited. But around October, November, it just have landed new projects. My first development was coming up.
Well, we're going to take a station break, and when we come back, we want to hear a little bit more about your development and what strategies did you use that got you to this point after you went through that process.
Yes.
So we'll be right back.
Strategic Minds, Making Money Moves with Vicki Wright-Hamilton focuses on helping entrepreneurs to overcome their business challenges to help increase their bottom line. Each episode provides strategies for growth and transformation. Watch Vicki share her 20-plus years of experience as a corporate executive to help entrepreneurs level up.
Welcome back. So, Margaret, you went through this health challenge, you broke your foot, you decided you were going to get up and keep living.
Yes.
Right? So now you're talking about this development. Was that part of a new strategy that you were using? Was it something that was given to you that says, this is what we need to do to move forward? Tell us about that.
Well, actually, it was something that you said, to be honest with you. And so I was scared to call you up and to tell you, I'm delivered from cancer. I haven't, but I'm delivered. Because what I noticed that, some people, especially in the business world, they write you off and they put you in the ground. And I was really kind of scared to say something to you. And when I called you up, totally different answer. That was just like, okay, I felt okay. And so it was a strategy that you had really just taught me. And that is changing how you cultivate the relationships that you need to move forward on certain things. And then, you had some really pivotal relationships. Oh, she said, I need to connect you with this person, that person. And I was able to utilize those connections. And so that was part of the strategy, of the people that I needed in place to help me get to the next level in far as development and cultivating my teams that I would need to help me to do the development. So like my architecture, my architects, my engineer, I do the interior architecture and design and management, but I still need the full architecture, for structure and all that. So we've put the teams together, and the client just gave us the check last week. And so basically, it's a commercial building that had burnt down, and so we're going to be developing and building it up from the ground and doing all the new redesigns and developments in the area. It's going to be a really great looking building. Yeah, so really excited about that. So really, it was a lot of your strategies from what you. And that's just honest.
Well, I appreciate
and
that.
I thank you for that.
Well, you're more than welcome, and I'm glad that it was able to pay off for what you're doing and where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Because it can be a scary thing when you're dealing with something that's so personal when it comes to health and sickness, and then trying to keep a business going. How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to keep things
people
going?
Get afraid.
Yes.
To people that's on your team and people that are around you that depend on what you bring, it's like, okay, what do I need to do now? Okay, because you already know if somebody get diagnosed with that, it's like, okay, that's a death sentence, and it's not. It's really not, especially when it's detected early and they're able to do, and mine was early. That's why they can't even find it, which I already knew I was healed anyway. But I hope that, people can learn from what I've been through. Stop writing people off when something happens. And if something happens, learn to be there, get back to humanity and learn to be there for the people that you say you care about. And money should not be the first thing. It's like, okay, what can I do, to help the situation? Because when I tell you executives that I did tell, like yourself and another dear friend, her name is Lita. I love her to pieces. And she is a high executive. And when I tell you, when she stepped down, her name is Lita Speller. When she stepped down from her executive desk to take me to my appointment, you already know. Mm-hmm. It's just bar none, without words. Love her to pieces. Mm-hmm. Some of my other friends who stepped out of their positions, Tammy Cole, several others, my children. I just couldn't have got through that and kept going in business. These are the people that helped me, along with yourself, that helped me to keep going on this journey in my business. And I just felt that's very necessary for me to say.
I think it's really interesting that you bring up points that we all need to keep in mind. We talk about building relationships in business, and we talk about, making those connections and the connections that can help us to grow. The connections that can give us other insights. Mm-hmm. And, when we're able to give to others and to be able to help others, you never know what's going to come full circle. You never know who's going to be there to help you. And I know that it can be a challenge because, when you see, when something happens, people are like, oh my God, they can't take the job. They're not going to be able to handle it. They're not going to be able to deliver it. Oh, they got so many personal things going on, they can't. And so you become very selective as to who you share information with and what you do in terms of moving forward.
Yes.
And those challenges actually begin to shape us emotionally, whether we know it or not.
It's true.
Because what happens is we begin to feel like, okay, I can't tell them this is going on because if I do, they're not going to want to hire me for this job. And I can still do the job even though I'm going through this, but they're not going to see it that way, right? They're not going to think that I can deliver, that I can give the quality, I can do these things. And it's all about that mindset of saying, I can do this, I will do this, and it is going to be okay, and I'm going to move this forward. Even if it means you have to have other people help you to deliver it while you're going through it. And that's where getting the right partnerships and getting the right people in your circle that can work, that are doing work for you, because you've got other team members that are doing capabilities that you wouldn't have done anyway. Right,
exactly. And I'm gonna tell you another pivotal partnership in that really helped me, the Urban League. I'm in a program called Next Level, and it's through the Urban League. And I tell you, like I said, I was afraid to say it to certain people. And so I called, one of my business, mentor leader up because I was afraid to say it. And I told her, oh, well, we need to get you some help immediately because I had projects. I couldn't let my clients know what was happening because the doctor visits is a killer, one after another. You know what I mean? And it was kind of hard to stay and keep our projects going without clients, because then clients get afraid. People get afraid. It's just reality. The Urban League came through. When I tell you, some of the people that's in the cohort, they said, look, Bernard said he would take over and help you with your projects. And he did. He, as a business owner, we're in the same field. He immediately took my appointments. And to this day, the clients, they don't even know. We're almost done. You know, so it's those things, you know, that if I didn't share anything today, you know, I really want people to really know that, you know what I mean? And the Urban League is one of the oldest, you know, that help a lot of Black entrepreneurs that really we don't even realize how much they do. They are boots on the ground. And so for me, I just felt it needed to be said.
And you know, that's why sharing information is so important.
It's key.
And that's why we talk on this show about strategies and sharing information to help other people grow, to help other people move forward. Because it's not easy, right? Mm-hmm. And you are a 360 person. You don't go to work and leave your private stuff at home without it being in your head somewhere, without it something that you have to deal with. So as we are a total person, we have to be able to figure out, how am I going to deal with this?
Yes.
And you know, as we talk about strategy for business, life is a strategy.
That's right.
Everything we do, we got to strategize about it. How are we going to make this happen? How are we going to make that happen? What are we going to do here? What are we going to do there? And so it's all about those right connections and making those connections. I am very, very pleased that, you know, I didn't know you about your business before you came on the last show, but I immediately thought, oh my gosh, I know some people in your field.
Yeah. What's
the harm in making a connection? You never know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to be built out of it. So it's really important that as we begin to deploy these strategies, we think about our own networks as to how we can help others, because somebody can turn around and help you. We're going to take a station break and see if we have a question from the audience. We'll be right back.
Strategic Minds, Making Money Moves with Vicki Wright-Hamilton focuses on helping entrepreneurs to overcome their business challenges to help increase their bottom line. Each episode provides strategies for growth and transformation. Watch Vicki share her 20-plus years of experience as a corporate executive to help entrepreneurs level up.
Welcome back. So, you know, Margaret, one of the things that, you know, that is interesting as you talk about how you implemented these strategies and how you took your vision, right, that you wanted to have this dream center. Wow, what a lofty vision. I just love it. I love the fact that you are giving back to the underserved and communities and helping to bring them along, because you're actually building the pipeline for the future.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You're helping you're helping the industry to continue to grow and develop and bring people into the industry that may not have done it otherwise.
Exactly.
So you're actually providing opportunity. And I think that's the thing that we have to remember, that you're continuing to grow and develop by providing opportunity.
Yes.
So as you began to do this and you began to think about your vision, and you began to talk about, you know, these are the kinds of services that I want to offer, and this is what I want to do. How did you go about finding buildings that you could actually take care of? Do you wait? I mean, this one happened to be a fire of your last client that you were going to rebuild. How do you actually go about and strategically find those clients that help you to continue to grow and develop?
I must say, most of my work has been word of mouth, literally. I haven't really advertised in it. We're on social media, you know, I got to get better at it. But all our work has been really just word of mouth, literally. So one client tells somebody, oh, I know somebody, blah, blah, blah. You know, they go to the website and, you know, and now the location that we're in a plaza. And the thing is, they made a way for me to really be there because they want me there because of the services that we offer. And so as people are coming in, they're referring us, literally. So everything's been by referral.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome to have it by referral.
Yeah. So.
And, you know, I will tell you, when I first started my business out, I never marketed, I never did anything. Yeah. Because it was all by referral.
Yeah.
And then one day, the world changed. the market changed.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I got to do something different.
Right,
I have to
right,
pivot.
right.
So I then began to have to market. I then began to have to tell my story a little different way because I wasn't getting as many referrals coming in as the market was drying up. Right. And people weren't doing a lot of the same services anymore. So I say always leverage your network.
Yes.
But never forget, there's somebody out there that's not in your network that could also use your services.
That's right. And we're getting ready to change that now because looking for that different type of clientele, and being more strategic about who our client is. I don't want to service everybody. So I have a certain clientele, and we're really tweaking our services so that we can really offer quality to that ideal client. Because everybody's not your ideal client. We're finding that out.
Everybody's not your ideal client, and all money isn't good money.
All money is not good money.
All money is not good money.
Yes.
There's sometimes you have to be able to say no because it's not going to fit what you need to do or where you're growing or what you're going to do.
Right, because you have clients that are bottom feeders. Or
what's a bottom feeder for our audience?
Well, I'll say this. A bottom feeder, for me, in my definition, is that's somebody that wants something for nothing, and they take advantage of people who is willing to give you the necessary services, and you would do anything to take what hardworking people are doing, and you're trying to get more than what you want to pay.
And so, yes,
it's
that happens. It happens all the time. It happens in every industry. Let's see if we have a question from our audience.
Hi, Margaret. I've enjoyed listening to your story. You have great vision and a lot of energy. What are you doing? What routines do you have in your life that keep you so upbeat, focused, full of vision and energy? How do you stay fresh?
The one thing I do, I stay fresh is I get up every morning and I pray. And I really get connected, with God and my spirit. And in order for me to go forward, because, how you know God is real. I really know he's real. This process is really I'm just different. I'm thinking different, and I think like, okay, yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not promised to us, but I only have this moment. And so now I'm living every day is that, okay, I only had today. Yesterday, I don't look at anything else, and what's my purpose? And so I pray every morning, okay, what's my purpose? How do I need to move forward? Who do I need to help today? Because as we're helping somebody, you are literally helping yourself. And when I tell you, just working with, the young people, working with business owners and trying to help getting them open, especially our minorities. It's just been so many blessings coming to it. It's just amazing. I'm just awe. So I say that's what I say. Meditation, God, prayer, and I read the scripture and get my day going. That's what's keeping my energy level up and my kids. They're not stressed because at first they was extremely worried. Now they're like, oh, Mama, all right. And everybody's energy is feeding off of my energy. So I have to keep that energy up so that, people around me keep their energy going too. So that's what's keeping me going.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. So, you talked about meditation and you talked about keeping that energy up and keeping it going. And I have to tell you, I am so proud. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
When I look at where you started and where you are now and the things that you've implemented and the things that you've done and the lives you've impacted. I mean, just sit down and think about that. The number of lives that you're impacting, all of these young people that you're mentoring.
I love
what
my
you're
young
doing
folks.
And moving forward.
I love the energy of the young people. When I tell you, a lot of the older people, stop being afraid of these young folks. I just keep myself open to learn from. I learn from them. They got challenges like we got challenges. So, but when you put the young folks and the experience in the room together, it is amazing, how we're really connected, and they're seeing that, oh, okay, they kind of think like I think. It's not as scary as I thought. You know what I mean? And then the young folks have to learn to respect those that have paved the way for you. That's the difference. You know, and I just love the whole energy of working with the young folks. They keep you young, honey. Because I got 3 millennials.
Well, you know, it's you bring up a very good point, that as we get multiple generations and we're working with multiple generations, it's important for us to keep up and understand what they go through.
Right.
There's not a person on this earth that doesn't have a journey.
That's right.
There's not a person on this earth that doesn't have a challenge.
That's right.
We all do, in one way or another.
Right.
And so it's important for us to keep that in mind as we continue to move forward. And I just say that, you know, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
I praise God for the healing that's already been done and the victory that's been won.
In the name of Jesus.
And I'm really, really excited about your Dream Center, and I can't wait to learn more as it happens.
You gotta come down.
And so we'll, you know, have to check it out on opening and when all of that happens, so that we can see what's going on, and looking forward to your finished building of what you're doing for your client.
Yes.
You know, another victory story that you can tell.
Yes, that's
you
right.
know, that you can tell to move forward.
Yes.
So will you all join me in thanking my guests today?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So I want to thank you for joining us on another episode of Strategic Minds Making Money Moves, where we give strategies so we can get that green. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you next time. See you later.